Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's little live card reading with the Akashic Wisdom to draw some information and wisdom from this Oracle card deck, Mystical Shaman. I love this card deck. I haven't pulled a card from this for a little while, but it is a really beautiful, powerful deck, as they all are, as we know, if you love card decks, and receiving some wisdom for that. We do know that whenever we pull a card, whenever we're watching, we are always receiving some wisdom and guidance that's important for us in the time. So it doesn't matter if you're watching the replay. If you're joining me live, say hello. If you are watching the replay, type hashtag replay. And we're going to pull a card from this beautiful card deck. Even the eyes, even the cover of the box is really beautiful and really just, yeah, brings me into a real moment of presence. And I think that that's always key, that when we are asking for that wisdom and guidance, I say this every time, it's like presence is absolutely key. Presence brings us into the moment to create a little bit of space, a little bit of like acknowledgement of where we are on the journey and where we want to be and where we want to move towards. And it's only from the present moment that we can really truly see that trajectory of where we want to go. Because if we are worrying about something that's happened in the past, or we're worrying about what we haven't done yet and the things that we must do and the things we have to do, we're actually stopping ourselves from really truly opening up to everything else that's possible. Because what we can see is the thing that we have to focus, the things we should do, the things that are on our list, our to-do list. And when we come into a moment of presence, what we actually create is a space to hear maybe that thing that we're focusing on isn't so important, or we can do it simpler, or there's another way around it, or there's another some other way that we can do it. We could ask somebody for some help. We can ask somebody for some guidance. There's some wisdom that wants to come through in the moment to support us on the thing that we think is so important, that is creating and capturing our attention and stopping us from seeing all the other possibilities and all the other potentiality that really exists out there. And I think for me, when I always stop for a moment to come into the present, to take a breath, to close my eyes for a second, to come and touch my heart. There are so many ways that we can do this very, very quickly. It doesn't have to be meditating on a yoga mat for minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour at a time. It can be really, really quick. And for me, one of the ways that I do that is I literally will look out into the distance. I will look out into my environment, to some trees, some greenery, to bring myself to what's right in front of me. The other way that we can do it is really to put our hands on our heart, or one hand on our heart. Take a nice deep breath. Connect with your hand and your heart space. Our hands are an extension of our heart. That's why we hug, we draw people into our heart space, and we can feel that resonance and that connection. So when you take the palm of your hand and you bring it to your heart, what you're creating is a moment of presence between you and you. And in that moment of presence, what we create a presence of, an awareness of, a connection to, is you in spirit form, you in energetic form, you as a soul, and you here in the physical form, with ego, with desires, with wants, with being able to create things in the physical realm. And when we create that moment of presence and we recognize that we are all of everything, that there is actually nothing we are not. We are divine feminine and we are sacred masculine. We are our environment and we are here in the physical form. We are everything, and then we are us in this moment. And so presence is so key. I teach this so much in my programs, in my Akashic Record course, practitioner course, in all of the Akashic teachings that I do. Because without understanding this moment of presence, actually, we can't create that connection to the wisdom of our soul, to the wisdom of the universe, to the support and the guidance from our guides. We need to be in presence. And that's the relationship, that's the connection that we have to cultivate, that we have to practice. And when we do that, everything slows down. I feel like I've been really squeezed in the last few weeks. I don't know about you, but time is like crazy. Time is going so quickly. When we think about being here in this beautiful land in Portugal, and we've been here 5.5 months, coming up to 6 months. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I can't believe it. How is that even possible to have been here, living here for 6 months already? And yet I feel like I've lived here a lifetime, but I've never lived anywhere else. And those two things don't don't match, but they both are true for me. And so when we come into those moments, for those of you joining, I'm going to be pulling a card from this Oracle card deck, Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. That when we come into this moment of presence, we really do create this beautiful connection with the wisdom of our soul, with who we truly are. And we receive in those moments of presence such beautiful wisdom, such beautiful guidance. And being squeezed the last few weeks, being really, really feeling like time has like totally taken on a whole nother level, was like I can't even begin to fathom time. And time isn't linear, and we know that we're experiencing all eventualities in the same moment. But when we come to those moments of presence, this is where I can really make time whatever it means for me. I can stretch it. I can create it. I can be kind to myself. I was chatting to a friend earlier today, and it was just like this real reminder that we need to be present and kind to ourselves, compassionate, deep compassion for where we are right now in the world, because things have gone a bit crazy. And so in presence, we can come back to this beautiful connection of what's important for me, what feels good for me, what do I need to hear that's going to support me on the journey, on the trajectory where I want to go. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. I'm going to shuffle the cards. So for those of you watching, what do you want to create? What do you want a little bit of wisdom and guidance around? What's your intention? That if you receive it, are you going to listen to it? Because often I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll see what the cards say. And then I'll be like, oh, that means I've got to do something. That means I've got to actually take action on that. If that's the wisdom, the guidance that it's bringing me, calling me to, then I have to do something with that. Or do I just sit and ignore it? In which case, I'm not listening to the whispers of my soul. I'm not listening to the guidance I'm receiving from the universe. Then we don't need to pick a card. We just carry on as we mean to keep going. And we can ignore those whispers. And then we keep on this rat race of like must do, must do, must do in the human form, without remembering that we are all of it, that we are soul. And our soul is consistently trying to break through in the teeniest, tiniest cracks to say, hey, I'm here to support you. But we're so busy. We're worrying about things that we have no control over, that we can't change. The only thing we can change is what we are creating here. Our own awareness, our own journey, our own response to the things that are out of our control. That's what we can control. That's what we can change with that awareness. Does that response serve us, or does it hinder us? Does it hold us back, or does it move us forward? What are we choosing? What is it we're choosing? And when we receive this wisdom, we have to lean into trusting ourselves to take action, that we can take action, that we can do the thing that's uncomfortable, that we can do the thing that's hard. And I was talking to someone else in another collaboration, co-creation that I'm part of as part of my Akashic Practitioner Course. And I was saying, like, what do I wholeheartedly choose to say yes to now? I want something, but am I like, oh yeah, I want that, but am I choosing it? Am I saying everything that I'm doing is stepping into that, receiving the wisdom and guidance? So there's a card that's I'm really drawn to. So I'm going to pull it because I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to pull this card here because this card is really, really kind of catching my attention, and I love that. And it's the Seer. It's the Seer. we have this beautiful wisdom. And it's so interesting because the seer is one of the 9 archetypes, soul archetypes that I teach in the Akashic Practitioner Course. And the seer is really about the knowing. It's knowing that everything is connected, everything is part of oneness. We are never separate from anything. And yet our human mind wants to overcomplicate it. But it's this deeper knowing, it's this deeper wisdom. And we all have access to the seer because we are all of everything. We're all the archetypes, we're all of everything. But what are we connecting to right in the moment? And which archetype, what do we want to draw on to show us the way forward? Keep it simple. There's this beauty of like simplicity when we are the seer. It's like I receive the wisdom and I take a step forward. I take some action. I move forward with it. The seer doesn't overcomplicate it. They are really stepping into their greatness, stepping into the wisdom and trusting it, truly, truly trusting it. And that's very hard. We have to move the ego out of the way. We don't want to out-evolve the ego. The ego is a necessary part of our human journey. But how can we allow the ego to come along with us on the journey, or do we allow the ego to stop us from the wisdom that we are innately connected with? We're connected to it all. But have we got that channel open? It's at the crown chakra. It's at well, actually, for me, it's at the eighth star chakra, the star chakra. It's like connected to all things. Infinite infinite universe, infinite possibility. We have access to infinite wisdom, infinite opportunities, infinite abundance. But yet we still feel like we're lacking. We still don't feel safe in the human experience. We feel that everything is out there, but we are also the human experience. So only activating the seer and only trying to connect with universal wisdom and not trying to embody it into every cell is only going to hinder us. And this is presence. This is what I started with. This is the truth of the seer. The seer can become in such presence in the moment that things become simple. Receive the wisdom, draw it through, and know what soul-aligned action to take a step forward, to embody the seer through everything we do, how I'm speaking to you, how I'm channeling the wisdom, how I'm engaging and connecting with the environment around me. I'm just looking at my cat. She's fast asleep in the shade next to me. The seer is powerful. You are powerful. You have access to this wisdom whenever you want. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to overthink it. Don't be too much in your head around what comes through. Embody it and let it shine through everything you do, through the action, the soul-aligned action. That it is in alignment, in resonance to. I've stopped using the word alignment because it really is this overused word of like, oh, we're in alignment. We've got to get into alignment. We're always in alignment to something. But are we in resonance with what we want to create, with who we are, with our gifts? We're not here to have a complicated life, to overcomplicate things, overthink things, try to work through it. The seer keeps it simple. Those simple things that you are ignoring are probably the ones that are going to bring you to what you want even quicker. Let me know in the comments how this is resonating. What questions does it bring up? What does it bring up for you? Do you overcomplicate things? Do you love to keep things simple? Do you receive a moment of a wisdom, a gift in the present moment and take action on it if it feels resonant? Or do you ignore it because you're too busy and you'll come back to it later? And if you're like me, then later means I've forgotten exactly what that wisdom was. I don't remember it. I'll be like, oh, I remember that. That's brilliant. That's genius. I'll come back to it when I've got time. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, what was that again? What was that my soul whispered to me that I was too busy to take note of? And I've totally forgotten. If it's for me, it'll come back later. Try to create pockets and moments of presence. Even if it's for a few minutes, multiple times a day, that has a bigger compound effect than trying to do it for half an hour every morning and then not being present for the rest of the day until the following morning and you do your ritual and your practice. Be present for 2 minutes in the morning as you brush your teeth. Those 2 minutes that you brush your teeth, can you be fully present with how the toothbrush is moving around your mouth, the taste of the toothpaste, your feet on the floor, the water? Can you allow yourself 2 minutes of presence 3 or 4 times a day? We've all got time for that. We've all got time for that. Jen Erickson, hi. I received the message recently, don't overanalyze. So this is echoing a similar message. Thank you. See, and this is it. Thank you for sharing that, because often we don't listen or we don't hear it first time round. And so then we tune in, you like hop on live and you're like, oh, there it is. There's that message again. Don't ignore it when it comes. That is the seer. Don't overanalyze. Keep it simple. That's the message of this card, the message of this energy. From my perspective, how I teach the seer in my program for the Akashic Records and the Practitioner Course and the archetypes. Melnino, hi there. I resonate with this. It's funny. I was about to sit for a meditation to see if I can receive answers, but I was doubting myself. Love this. I will be more present. That's really, truly all it takes. It doesn't mean that we have to sit in meditation. Take a breath, look off into the distance. As I said, you might have missed it at the beginning. Place your hand on your heart, create that connection, bring your energy from your heart, extend it and bring it back. Take a breath, create the connection between you and you. You in the spirit form, you in the physical form. In that space, even if it's in a couple of minutes, for only a couple of minutes, we will create that connection and the wisdom will come through. And I feel like the message loud and clear today is keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your practices. Our spiritual practices, a lot of them are very complicated, very complex, very long. Like, have your longer rituals for sure. I love doing rituals. I love doing ceremony. I love being part of that. I do that in my own courses, in my own teachings, where we do an activation and it's 15 minutes and it's really beautiful. But also come back to the simple. Can you take those longer practices where you don't have time and make yourself a mini ritual, a mini practice, a mini version of that? When you sip a cup of tea, when you're making dinner, when you're having a conversation, can you come back into the present moment? Keep it simple. What can you simplify right now that's going to shortcut your journey to where you want to go? So, thank you for everyone for watching. If you find that trusting yourself is a challenging task, comment trust soul in the comments and I will send you my free activation that helps you and supports you to trust the wisdom of your soul so you can get on with doing your soul mission. You can get on with amplifying your soul mission, sprinkling your wisdom, your magic out into the world and magnetizing your soul clients to you. If that's what you want, if you'd love that meditation, just type trust soul. And if you've got any other questions about anything, any other Akashic readings or my practitioner course, send me or drop me a DM. Or have a look in my bio. Everything is there. We'd love to welcome you onto the course if you are looking to learn how to read the Akashic Records for yourself and for your clients. So thank you for those that joined me. Thank you to those that shared. And I will see you again next week, usually around 4 o'clock UK time, live on Instagram at Natasha Nicole Harris. Come and join me there if you're watching on a different channel. And I will see you real soon. Thank you. You can call me. You're welcome, Jen. You can call me Rob D. If you don't get that the activation link for Trust Soul, you're so welcome. I'm glad it resonates with you. I will send it to you. I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.